Y'all hear that from the engine? Like you can kind of hear a good little... It's very responsive. I love this thing. Alright guys, so I'm finally deciding to bite the bullet on the Silverado, my daily driver. There's a lot of things, like small things that I've been wanting to do to it, but I've officially made like the list of what I'm gonna do so I can keep it simple. All I'm gonna end up doing is intake, exhaust, and a tune. All the research that I've done on intakes for this thing, pretty much your stock, your factory intake box is as good as you're gonna get as far as a cold air intake goes. Swap your OE panel filter for a dry, kind of high flow air filter, and replace that obnoxious hammerhead shark looking intake manifold to what I've got here. It's an AIRAID Performance Products. It's just gonna be that mid pipe. So let me cut this box open and we can kind of dig into this a little bit better. So when I start doing an unboxing, I like to just get the box open so I have a free hand to dig into it, but I don't really like tearing everything apart because I like to know what I'm getting in the box whenever I see somebody open something. So let's go ahead and start digging into this here. We've got stickers, the most important part of any install. This is the little kit that I got here. And this looks like it's about it. It comes with some clamps. It does come with new intake piping, which I'll show you when we get out there. Heater hose for it, connector boots, and a sweet little, pretty low-key looking intake. It just says AIRAID there on it. I actually ended up getting the black one because I want it to look factory. I want everything underneath it to look clean and nice and sharp. So let's go tear into this stupid thing because I really want to get it on the truck. Let's go for a quick test drive with it so you can hear what it sounds like from the inside and just when it's sitting so you can kind of get a sound for it to see if this truly does make any sort of a sound difference, because it looks like it's going to make a huge visual impact on the engine bay. So let's go out there and see what we've got now and then slap this sucker in there and see what we've got. If you look here, this whole thing is your intake coming from your factory cold air, your MAF sensor, hump hose. This is going to be here. Tell me how much more streamlined that looks. Let me go ahead and start this thing up so you can hear it as it sits now. I'm gonna leave the camera up on, I guess, the hood as like a point of reference sound-wise so you can hear it from right here. I'm gonna rev it up a little bit. You're not gonna be able to hear it at all. So yeah, let me go ahead and set this down real quick and see where we're at. As you can tell, it's really not very loud at all. So let's go inside the car. I've got the AC and everything turned off so it's nice and warm. So this is from the inside of the car with no other noise going on, so you can get kind of the sound of it. I'm only winding it up to about 3 grand, 25, 3 grand, somewhere in there, so forgive me. See, it's not very loud, there's not much noise. Like, I don't understand why people are like, it's so loud. I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be quieter, if anything, but whatever, I don't know. I'm no scientist. I'm just a horsepower hunter, so let's slap this tube on real quick and we'll see what all this exactly does. Hey guys, the 2 clamps that you have to take off on here and here, they're both number 8s. Let me tell you that before you drop your number 10 down there, guessing that it's a number 10, losing it, dropping it down into the land of no return down there. All right, so far so good. I've already got this to the point where this is about to come off. Throttle, and this right here is about to come off. All right, let's get that whopping intake just out of the way entirely. And just another quick reference here of what we're doing. This is about to be so much better, guys. Just look at that. One thing that sucks about this is it's kind of hard to get everything. So that's where that's going to be. That means this does not, in fact, go all the way to that hump. So what we're doing on this is we're gonna go ahead and tighten up one hose clamp on this, so at least we have some point of reference where we can still rotate this how we need it to, but at least that hump hose is where it needs to be. That looks and feels a lot better. And all the people complaining about this kit, so we're saying these clamps were junk, these are the exact same clamps you're gonna get if you go to O'Reilly. So I really don't know what all the bitching was about. So it's gonna go on the inside here. I'm more worried about the intake where it goes into the throttle than I am. I guess that doesn't have to be like, actually I guess it does kind of need to be pretty tight. I may have to get you to put the camera down for a second and help me push this in. No homo. Now we're putting in the new vents for these crankcase where it would breathe into the old module. We're replacing these lines to now go into this bad boy. Maybe. Uh-oh. I guess really the only thing about this that freaks me out is threading plastic into plastic.
I would assume that one was the bottom one.
So I sort of kind of jumped the gun on this. Put it in here not thinking about the fact that this has got to get spun into that before the hose gets put on it. So right now we're going to cut the hose. It's actually cut a little bit longer than what we need. We're going to cut that fitting out of it and then go at this again. Round two. Okay, that's on there. Well, now let's see if it made any sound difference.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like there's a 15,000 more horsepower.
Alright, so this is from inside of the cab, the noise with the new one on it. It definitely seems a little more responsive just from this. It's not that much noticeably louder, it just, to me, it feels a lot quicker to the response. I didn't really show this earlier, but as you can see my RPMs here. It's pretty quick to the response, at least it feels like it is. That's it for the installation. we're gonna eat dinner real quick, and then we're gonna go drive it, see, you know, get a good idea of how it feels. Major thanks to AIRAID. Major thanks to AIRAID for this kit. It was actually a really good, simple, easy to install kit. Like I said, it feels a lot more responsive. Obviously, I've got somebody parked behind me right meow. Right when? Oh, you heard him, right meow. So I'm noticing while driving it, there's definitely a much throatier sound coming from the air. To me, I don't know, it feels a lot more responsive, but at the same time, you're expecting some big, you know, gain from this. I would say this is good for maybe 5 to 10 horsepower, just from much better airflow. But it's so minuscule, it's kind of hard to tell. I can tell you it's a much quicker throttle response, due to air not getting caught in every pocket and corner in the old intake and kind of recirculating against itself, fighting flow. It's making quite a bit of noise, but I'm not really against it. Like, I kind of like it because it makes it feel like it's waking the sucker up a little bit better. Obviously, with small modifications like this, you're not gonna have to reset your battery and do all this goofy stuff that people are gonna say you're gonna have to do. It wouldn't really be any sort of a horsepower difference if you don't come up here and do it for Dale, right? So let's go ahead and get these babies down. And let me get straightened out here. Y'all hear that from the engine? Like, you can kind of hear a good little... It's very responsive. I love this thing. And we're gonna do it for Dale. There's third. Do it for Dale, baby. That's gonna be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that install. Hopefully you decide to get this kit instead of wasting, you know, about $350 to however much you want to spend on a cold air kit. Hopefully you decide to get this thing instead. It's only like 150 bucks. Definitely worth the money as far as your throttle response, intake, everything's gonna go.
Of a youngin' in a struggling world. I'm in love with the mic, you in love with a girl. I know the dopest engineer if you need a referral. I put your mixtape on and I needed to hurl. I can't stomach it, really hope you done with it. My flow's serious, but I'm only having fun with it. Going dumb with it, on the track I'm about to run with it. Get a little gas.